Hey, 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 is anybody there? Hello. Hey, everybody. I have truly missed y'all. What's up, everybody? Hey, Queen Diva, Jai Star, Miss 313, my girl. Hey, Queen Riot Girl, Creole Butterfly. Hope you're getting well, darling. I remember last time I think we was here, you must have had some type of surgery. Hope all is going well. And let's make sure we send our prayers and good well wishes to DC Kool-Aid, my friend, my dear partner. What's happening, Ray Black? Yeah, what's going on? Is a lot going on, I guess. I don't know. I hope you all are taking advantage of the nice weather. I don't know where you live at, but we've been having some really nice weather. And so I hope people are really getting out, touching grass and smelling nice fresh air and shopping and eating and sightseeing and doing all the good things other than YouTube. Mess. Because we got a real mess in the real world. And I hope we stay abreast of what's going on. Thank you to Ronnie Q for keeping us posted every morning about politics. I know some people say they don't give a shit. They're not here for politics, but you should be here for politics because there's a lot going on. So make sure you stay abreast. Now, I want to thank the people who sent me cash apps last time I was on. I don't even remember when I was on, but I did get cash apps, and I just want to thank those people and those who super chatted me as well. What's up, Berber? So, oh shucks. Wow, I guess I know people was getting tired of Lemon, and it looked like Lemon has ran his course. And here's the unfortunate thing is we got a lot of other stuff going on, and it's some crazy stuff. Hey, the real K-Fish Sugar Wooga. I hope all is going well in school, my dear. Quarter be in session soon. Hey, RNYTV, thanks for joining me, Bird, Leslie Jennings. So I guess it has been a lot going on. And, I think Lemon didn't pay close attention to the chess games. I think he was playing checkers, and unfortunately for him, other people was playing chess, and I don't know how well he will fare after he do decide to do whatever he did. I guess he did a live and they snatched his channel again. So I think one thing about here, and I saw Peace Love. What's up, Peace Love Queen? I saw Peace Love somewhere too, and I heard a little bit about Custer. And then it reminded me of the old Sir King days. And I guess Lemon and Sir King is at it now. I saw a little snippet of that when he was over there, and that didn't end too well. But here's the unfortunate thing for him. I think he has played himself out. I don't believe that Lemon could come back from this. You can't come down here, and I said this to him a long time ago, you gotta keep your eye on the prize and you gotta stay focused. And I think he lost focus and he got a little bit arrogant and pompous and cocky, and they played chess with him. And now the leading lady is taking over, and he's forced to go around and really make an ass out of himself, because that's what it seems like. One thing about down here, I'm to be honest with y'all, I'm getting burnt out. That's why I don't come on as much. Now I could come on and I could talk about this other stuff, but I'm really getting burnt out. Hey, Tay Bay and Auntie, thanks for being a member. I'm burnt out. I'm kind of burnt out. And I think a lot of people was getting burnt out with him. And a lot of people was getting angry, and people who had patience for him and really wanted to see him succeed, he kind of shitted on those people. And so it's like, dude, you out here on your own and you looking kind of weak. You're looking kind of weak. And even though you won't admit it, I think you kind of lost at this game. They played it quite well, and you succumbed to other people's pressure because you didn't listen. And this is the price you have to pay. Now, I waited for you to come back. I have to be honest with you. I've always supported Lemon. I remember him from Sir King. And yes, he's totally different than what he was on Sir King's because he had restraint. And then I think the money and a little bit of fame went to his head and it destroyed him. And that could easily be done because you take your eye really off the prize, and then you take your eye off the people who's really solidified, who has solidified their support for you, and you just start fighting everybody. And I don't know if you wanted to become the beef sector villain, but you definitely did, and you had many warnings from people who I really think cared about you. And you're right, Angie. There is always a warning, and he has several warnings, and unfortunately, it was the destruction for him. Now, do I think Lemon could come back into? Nah, no, I don't. At one point, I said, yeah, I said he might be playing this right. He may be just going to all these platforms. He apologizing, ass kissing. Maybe he knows what he's doing. And then when he went live and he didn't get 1,000 in his chat, because I definitely thought that he was holding off so he could get 1,000 and come back with some oomph for some other people. And it wasn't like that. And I think that was from that point on, he was sunk. So I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I think you shot your wad over here in the beef sector. You just didn't play the game. And in the process, when people start seeing you weakening, there's something about chess that people will give up their pawns. They will give up their other pieces. Chess is very strategic, and you have to know how to play it. And these people were definitely playing chess with Lemon while he was playing checkers. That's the truth. And that's how they got to the king, if he wanted to call himself the king, because he didn't pay attention to the moves that was on the board. The very same people who dogged him, dragged him, went against him, spoke against him, live after live after live, are the very same people who took him down, and he went crawling back to looking real fucking weak. Hey, Shakim, what's happening, baby? And he looked real weak. And once you look weak like that down, you don't stand a chance. One thing about the beef sector, you gotta under the influence all the time, weakened him. And when people start seeing how weak he was like wounded, then they start making sure that they did all that they could do to make sure that he was out. And I believe Lemon is out. Thank you for becoming a new member. You have done your damage too. And but I appreciate you, Shakim. Thank you. And so what I think it is he played the wrong hand. And now all the same people who was going against him, who joined together to take him down, they won. They won. They won. And they made him look really, really weak. And there's no comeback from that on YouTube. On down here in the beef sector, you can't come back from that. It is what it is. You just can't. Once you show these people that you are weak, all of them are fake as fuck. Yeah, they are. They are, but they knew one thing about him is 313. They studied him. No, everybody can't come back, child. Everybody could come back, because most of these folks will watch any damn thing now, because sometimes you can't, because the ones that really was there for you and that was solid, and you went against them and you turned against them and you did all kinds of shit to. Nah, people remember that. And they're not going to like him the same. I really, really liked him and never had a problem with him. He never disrespected me, and I ain't no different. But one thing I did see, how he was moving and how he was really going against people who were solid with him. And if you don't think that the subscribers and other content creators notice that, then I don't know what to tell y'all. What's going on, Miss LA? I went to the casino. Did you? Girl, you should have called me. No, I can't go on there. And then anyway, no, she's not back, baby. She's not back. No. Even she's struggling. See, let me tell you something. If you can't really come down here and maintain by yourself, see, that's where people get this shit kind of confused at. They believe that you have to be a part of a crew, the cool crew, the cool guys. And I ain't talking about the crew, King Roman crew like that. But they believe you just have to be a part of something to survive down here. No, you got to come down this mofo and just be yourself and continue to just slow and steady wins the race. You can't just kiss ass to belong and to get along, and people don't see you for who you really are. And that's just the fact of the matter I learned down here. You just have to really be able to stand on your own. Kissing up, making up, apologizing. Now, if somebody did something to you, fuck them. You don't have to apologize to them. You don't have to kiss it. You don't have to go on everybody's platform. You cuss them out, and then the next day you on their panels apologizing. You don't have to really do all that. All you do but have to get over there and do your commentary and stand in your shit. And so I think it made Lemon look really weak. And that's why I said they played chess on him, on his ass, and he played checkers. And now most people, let me tell you something. Most people down here who survive, no, the Miss O, I'll get to her because you think again, the Miss O case closed. You could, nah. Because I'll tell you something. I've even looked in on the Miss O and she was doing her thing, but because of her insecurities, because she's not confident in who she is, she may say it out her mouth, but her actions don't show. She's worried about everything somebody else say. She fall victim to the same shit, letting her channel go to the wayside while she's supporting everybody else. And that's what happened to him. He started letting his channel go instead of getting back on his channel, getting up doing his thing. He started making money for everybody else, and he started going around, and he proved that he was weak. And when you weak down here, you don't get no respect. Trust and believe me, you get no respect. And so people have lost their respect for Lemon. Like I said, I don't have a problem with him. I just was sick of seeing him kissing ass and on everybody's platform. And these people making money, and now they done restricted your income and they done stopped your bag, and you can't even think because you don't do a evaluation, assessment of what really got you here. You don't know how to get back on your horse. So you went over there and you had a show, and you didn't have as many as people as you probably thought you was going to have. I thought you was going to have more people over there. Then they flagged that channel. And then what did you do? The next day, you start going around back to those very same people who stripped you of your shit, because they all did it collectively. We watched them do. I don't know if y'all paid attention. I saw that at Shelly. They gave her some type of street meds. I don't know what that means. But anywho, and they stripped you of your shit now, and it's hard for you to get back up, because those very same people who platform you go on now, and they have the nightly show, the show that you don't have anything over there. You don't have anything. People that you was real good with, you turned against. And so now you got a problem with Sir King. You went back at the Miss O. Once you was getting good with her, then on Pizarro's, you went back. You're just going after everyone. And that's where you will pay the price at. You can't do that down here. I said that years ago. My computer is weird at Miss. Okay, baby. I said that long time ago when I saw you starting to fight everybody. I said, hey, Lemon, you can't fight everybody, baby. You can't fall out with everybody, because I saw it happen to your very mentor, Sir King. I saw the same thing happen to him. He's saying it's because of the way he changed his policies, as far as what they could do on the platform and how he was going to start conducting this platform, because he did an assessment and he saw how his shows was going. I agree that could have been part of it, but another part too, he started fighting the main characters or the main people or the main whoever. He started fighting everybody, and eventually they blackballed him in a way that his show didn't survive anymore. That's the shit they do. You can't come down here and fight everybody. You can't come down here kissing ass either, because you're not going to last. You just got to come down here and be your authentic self. You may not get all those, Cash App, Super Chats, all those numbers, but still come down here and be who you are. I thought that shit was, every time I turned around, I said he did this to himself. He brought himself down because of his behavior, the way he started spiraling out of control. And I think now he's finally crashed. Now, some people say, somebody in here say, oh yeah, they could come back just like the Miss. Oh, nope. Let me tell you what happened to her the other day. She got her feathers got so ruffled that she got all upset. She did a show. She didn't get the numbers. So basically, she didn't follow through with what she said. She said she was going to come on here. She was going to do her thing. She was feeling kind of good. Soon as they started talking about her, soon as her numbers wasn't turning out like the first show she had, when she had all those people out there, because what? People shared her out. You had people over there supporting her, and wasn't nothing really going, and the support was over there. So it was basically that she had to kiss ass to get what she got. I mean, y'all don't like the truth down here. That's one thing I noticed. They don't like the truth. She had to kiss ass. She had to crawl back under Pizarro. See, because she had fell out with her. And even though she had a good show, I watched the show, it was a nice show, a good show. She couldn't bring that show back like that. She couldn't bring that same energy back because they fucking lean upon all these other people. The only ones really doing their thing out here, and they fake as shit with it. I'm talking about they real fake with it. But they got to remember that they're going to have to continue to be fake in order to last. They're going to have to continue to be fake in order to last. And being fake don't last long down here, because eventually they turn against each other. And like I said, I think Lemon shot himself in the foot. He started drinking. And then let me tell you something too. I mean, y'all might not want to admit it, but when people say I'm on that demon time, that shit just shakes me to the core, because I don't believe they realize when you say that, you have to be real careful. Y'all, I know y'all can say, Mz.Teavalocity talking about always demon and these people. Yeah, there's some spirits around this mofo. There's some strong spirits around here. And when you start claiming those spirits, like I'm on demon time, you want me to be on demon time, or I'm the devil, I'm this, I'm that, then you start calling those spirits into who you are. And you start operating and behavior like that. And that's what I watched Lemon do. You start operating into that bullshit. I'm the demon. I'm this. Oh, I'm on demon time. I'm the devil. No, you can't do that shit, because you calling those spirits into you, and then you start acting accordingly. And this is where it's gotten you, because what happens is you may not realize, and I don't care whether you listen to me or not, but let me explain something to you. Alcohol is a demon. How do I know? I used to drink. I have had more fights in my adult life than I had in my childhood life, because I used to drink and smoke weed. And that shit will give what they call liquid courage. And then you'll just start acting. So that alone is some type of demon. And that demon start possessing you and taking on you because you calling them on. And this is where it landed you. You tried to save face, but I don't think you could. I think your last ditch effort was when you went on Sir King's, and then you start going at Sir King, which I understand you, Lemon. Check this shit out. I understand you, because it didn't seem like he was giving you the support you was looking for. But then you start talking as if you're looking for somebody to hold you and be there with you and assure you that it's okay. I'm there. I'm your friend. No, you just got to go over there and be Lemon. As long as you was over there and not getting too cocky and not getting beside yourself, you had one hell of a shit show over there and people were supporting you. Then you start attacking. You start attacking everyone who really was supporting you over there. And then that's where I saw you were spiraling out of control. And I said, he's going to lose at this game. He's going to lose at this game. You got to maintain some relationships down here, especially if you start out being, having a relationship with them. Hold on. You have to maintain that. And you can't maintain it. Okay. All right, got you. Listen, I got 158 people in here. Y'all know I'm not in the algorithm. Please just hit the like. I'm not down here begging for money. I'm not down here doing nothing but giving my commentary, asking y'all to please hit the likes for me. Just hold up. Wait a minute. Just please, just. Y'all, come on and hit those likes for me. I'm not asking you for my. So when you start calling those demons on and then you start spiraling out of control, I said to myself, damn, it's 169 people in here and I only got 53 likes. Damn, that sucks. But it is what it is. I don't listen. It is what it is. I come down here and do my commentary, may not be back on for another week, so who gives a shit? But anywho, you start calling those spirits and then you start acting like those spirits, and this is the result of it. Now, like I said, you looked real weak around here, and whenever you present yourself weak down on this mofo, they definitely gonna take advantage of that weakness. You was kissing everybody's ass instead of basically telling them to kiss your ass, and you was going to continue to be Lemon, but in a subtle way, not the way you was doing it. You were fighting with everyone. I knew, I was hoping that you last, but then I also saw you crashing. Because you caught those spirits in your life and you like saying that. And I think if you would sit back and evaluate yourself and assess yourself as a possibility, if you decide to come out here a little different, you may be all right. But it's going to take you a lot to earn the respect of some of these people. It's going to take you a lot because you lost a lot of respect, especially when you went against Lolo, who they know sit up there day in and day out, night and all night, half sleep, all just sticking. She was just right there for you, even when you talk shit to her and shit happened with her and Lovejoy and all that. She lost the friendship over you, but she don't mind because she say you her friend as well. But still, when you did that shit and you tried to backpedal on it, when you went against Ron P, I was watching stuff like that. Some of the other ones I didn't give a damn, but I was watching stuff like that. And I was like, wow, he going against some pretty strong people who was solid with him. He's going to lose at this because they playing chess. They raking. You got Ness over there. And yeah, I'm going to mention you, darling. You got her over there raking in all the views. Everybody is on her platform to include your dumb ass. Because basically, Miss T not calling you dumb, but that's what a lot of people are calling you because they can't figure out why you were back on her platform. When, she spent a lot of her time, but I guess y'all make up and that's what you do down here. And I guess the frenemy thing works down here, but it looks real weak. He is too drunk to see clearly. Yeah, again, alcohol is a demon, and he's calling the demons. He's calling them. He wants to make sure that he stay aligned with the demons, and this is the end result of it. He allowed too many weirdos on his platform running the mouth. Yeah, he did. But here's where Lemon could have won with that, Miss 313, is because he had diversity. is when when he started losing control of putting the diversity in check when they would do something out of order. They was just running, rampant over there. And that's where he lost that. No, I actually think that he could have been winning because he invited other people. And maybe y'all don't agree with it and you don't like it, but it's good to network sometimes. It's just, you have to keep your eye on the prize. You have to keep control of your platform. And the more he drank, the worse his platform became, and it put him in jeopardy that anybody at any given time could have really stopped and flagged his page. They just started this flag shit now, Shakim, for whatever reason. But at any given time, because they was breaking YouTube guidelines, they could have flagged his page because he allows so much. But there's a lot of content creators allow a lot of things on their platform that goes against the YouTube guidelines. People just don't muck with them. People just don't muck with the people. But because he was getting so cocky and, thinking he held the highest regards over here and the highest spot and how much money he made, that was part of his downfall. I don't believe that Lemon could come back. I just don't believe that he could come back to be great, like he was before. And I could be wrong. I wish him well. But like I said, they played chess. And now they're getting all the views. They going amongst each other, and you're the outcast now. They are redirecting, sharing, and they locking solid together, and you're the outcast now. And it's almost as if you was a wounded fucking puppy, have to run around and have people try to help you out of your state of woundedness, licking your paws. You destroyed your own self, and you have many, many warnings, Lemon. And if you really wanted to come back and do your thing, you don't have to kiss ass. You just got to come out here and be solid and be okay with not having 4 and 5 and 600 and 1,000 people in your chat. And another thing you're going to have to do, you're going to have to answer KRN and Custer, a couple of those men, versus some of the women that you're going off, or the men that is easy to go off on. You're gonna have to get out here and scuffle to get back in your good graces. Right now, they just using you. Right now, they just playing the game on you. Yeah, he be calling them demons and all that shit. I was like, oh no, please don't do that. He was networking with the right people. He was at one point, but he lost control of it. Hey, JB, because again, he caught those spirits and y'all, she may not, there she go talking about it. No, fucking demons for real. We see them running around here all the time. Y'all might not like it, but it's true. He was calling, he was summoning them. And so that was a part of his destruction. That flagging shit is weak. Yeah, it's weak. Also, you don't get no praise for weak shit. Nah, Shakim was wrong for flagging him. But then again, when I spoke on that, people said, I can't tell people how to fight, which I can. And I can't tell them when they could strike. I can't. I think the flagging is weak too. I think he should have went back with KRN. I think he should have went back and forth with Custer. I think they should have just battled back and forth and gave us a show instead of doing the flagging shit. But I can't tell these people how to fight. Hey, V. Lachey, what's going on, baby? How you doing? That's what they do around here, right? And so we can't stop them from doing what they want. But again, I think you shot yourself in the foot, brother. I really do. Now, enough of that. Hopefully, let me wrap it up saying this. I don't have anything against you. I just watch you crash out. I just watch you weaken yourself. I just watched you, just like everybody else, really, Lemon, look like a goddamn fool. I really did. You looked like a fool going on everybody's platform, making up with them, doing tours and stuff like that. You could have laid low and came back the right way. You didn't have to kiss ass because the kissing ass didn't work. Because see, they didn't like you then and they don't like you now. I don't care how many times you apologize to a person. If you don't have changed behavior, you're the same person. And all those apologies that these people do, all these apologies that these people do are just fake as fuck. And you know why? Because they do the same thing. Just give them a couple of minutes. They all will fall out again. And that's why a lot of people say that all this shit is a play, because we're not used to this. It seems like it's just a play to everybody, because I can't imagine them every minute they making up. They on each other platforms. And I know it's a money game, but all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. And sometimes it's good for you to invest your money in a sure enough win. And invest in these people is not a sure enough win, because you never know with these frickled ass minded people when they go turn against you. Why change when folks keep watching you? Nah, the views was going down. The views was going down. Flagging ain't fighting. That is these non-beef sector idiots style. Well, that could be true. That could be true. But I mean, the beef sector done some shit too, to these people. Now, I don't know about all the flagging and the striking the pages. Hey, what's going on, room shaker? But I've seen the beef sector strike people shit too now, y'all. Come on, let's be fair. It ain't all outsiders. With the black girls coast. I've seen the beef sector do some shit too over here too. I might be disgusted by his behavior, but the human in me wants him to get some help. I do. I really do. But one thing my dad used to tell me, a hard head makes a soft behind. And Lemon doesn't listen to anyone. Lemon think he has this all figured out. And again, that's what cost him his channel. That's what cost Lemon his channel. He had people supporting. He had people who had been with him years, stuck by him for years, telling him, hey, Lemon, chill out. Lemon, watch what you're doing over there. Lemon, you letting these people do this. Lemon, you taking in all, you getting drunk, you falling asleep. Him and Jay Dunn thing was about he fell asleep and left on. So he really sacrificed his own channel. And like I said, down here, you can't fight everybody. You can't just turn on everybody. I know that's what it looks like sometimes, but you just can't do it. Some of these people down here have had scuffles. I mean, they have been friends and they had scuffles, but at the end of the day, they locked solid because they had a past. Lemon hadn't had a past with all these people. You know what I mean? He wasn't locked solid with them. So I wish him well. Hopefully, I hadn't seen him in a couple of days. So maybe he's getting him some rest. Maybe he's reassessing, what's going on and reevaluating what he's doing to come back. But he never listened. He never listens. Right. He never listened. And those same people, like I said, that put his ass in the jam, he's over there kissing ass on most of their platforms. I don't understand it. I don't understand it for the life of me. But anywho, hopefully he'll work it out. Y'all know I only want to get now. Just Christa. Woo! I'm sorry. I gotta talk about Just Christa. Somebody sent me something the other night. They must have sent it late. Come on, are y'all hitting that like button? Please hit that like button. I'm not in the algorithm. Probably ain't gonna really get back in there because I'm not gonna come on as much as I do. So somebody sent me a video, so I go over there and there's a clip of Sis Trish, and I don't watch Sis Trish. Sis Trish has even said something, she don't care for me, and I don't really give a fuck who like me or who don't like me down here. But anywho, I went over there and it was Just Christa and the Duke. And y'all know when the Duke and Just Christa got together when this shit first started, I was rooting for them. I said, oh, well, this would be a good storyline. And then, it was Lemon and Duke, and that played out. But I heard Duke over there, and I was like, wow, he had really, really said some things to Christa. He really did. So Christa lost another love, I guess, on here. But now Christa didn't lay down. First, she was a little mellow, trying to answer him, trying to be respectful. But then when she started feeling that he was getting real disrespectful, Christa went into somebody else. She started cussing his ass out, saying, hold up, you got me effed up, Puda. And so Christa now is off with Duke, but it seems like Shish Trish, who has, I guess, is known to have had her own relationship with Duke, and she don't care for Christa. I don't know what they doing, but he was definitely on her channel disrespecting the shit out of Christa. Now we all had our feel of Christa, right? We know what Christa give around here. But I thought that was real bad. He was really dogging her out. And I was like, damn, how long she gonna sit here and keep, oh no, I don't mind. I won't say nothing, and I understand, and being humble and nice and submissive. And then all of a sudden he must have hit a goddamn nerve in Krista. She must have went to cussing him out. And then I went over there and watched a little bit today, and she drugged him again. Now, I don't know how this gonna turn out, y'all. I don't know how it's gonna turn out because he made her look bad. He made her look kind of bad, like she was chasing him, right? But then now, in Duke's defense, and I mean, Duke has gone about his way. He played games. I hadn't really seen him around here. But now, in his defense, it would appear like people will ask Christa about Duke, and it sound like they still had a relationship going on. And it's something about Duke. When you mention Duke's name to Christa, it's as if she almost melts. So people probably was under the impression that they was still okay until Duke kind of exposed it that they weren't okay. But baby, I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, when she get mad, she could drag, and she told a hell of a story. And baby, she called Shish Trish all kind of crispy burnt. I don't talk about us like that. Our complexions. We all beautiful black people. We all different shades of black. So I ain't gonna get into that. But she was calling Shish Trish all those names, baby. She was dragging the entire shit out, the both of them, right? She was dragging them. Now we know her to be a very seductive person. That's who she is. She said that's her persona. But I think she really liked Duke. But she had to come out here and say something to save face because he made her look like a fool, like she was chasing him. But then she said something today when she was dragging, and I said, oh my gosh, it was more than texting. It was more than texting. They were doing a little more. Christa was starting to expose shit because she said to us, "Damn, wait, hold on now. You ain't gonna make me look like the fool here. You ain't gonna drag me around these streets because last time Lemon just treated her like shit. I mean, he could do anything to her and she would go right back to him. So I don't know if she learned from Lemon's mistreatment, but she wasn't gonna let Duke get away with it. So now Duke, Sis Trish, and Lemon. I mean, not Lemon. Sis Trish, Duke, and just Christa have a little thing going on. And I don't even know how Sis Trish, because she always says she has been Duke friend. Yeah, there you go. She's always said that she's Duke friend, and I don't know what type of special friend they are, but I know he was Christa's special friend, and he really just made her. Damn, I don't know, Christa. I think you need to pack up your relationship, sis. I really do. But like I said, when you thought about that shit, you definitely snapped to the other person, because you got something going on too, where you got a couple of people up there in your little head. And that other person came out and you decided to cuss them the entire fuck out. And that you did. And I got my whole life out of it. I felt bad for you for a minute. I did. I felt kind of bad for you. I was like, damn, another one. Man, he making her look like that. Let's all remember that just crush just lies like a mofo. So if there's no proof, disregard. Well, I don't know, because she was saying some salacious stuff over there. Like they was having like, ooh, y'all gotta go over there and listen to it. Cause when people start, saying some shit, I just bow out because I don't want to hear. And I noticed lately on some of these platforms, that shit is all about sex, is all about things they do is all really salacious and personal with people, sex lives and bedroom lives. I don't give a shit about that. But I noticed they can always go back to that conversation. I just leave. But she did say some stuff. And I was like, oh my, they were doing that on the phone. I could see Christa doing that. She said, because that's who she is. She talks fucking sexy. Hey, Life with Jamila. Hey, sugar. Hope all is going well. She said he was her sexy friend. And she really was into Duke. She liked his masculinity. She did. She liked that roughness. She liked those tattoos. She said he was like a type of man. And she really liked him. But the way he talked is as if he never liked her. So I know she was on Pizarro today. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I was busy. But I know she was on there. She'd been in some other places. And like I said, she went on her own channel to expose some stuff. In my opinion, Christa doesn't care. She likes the attention, which is sad. Yes, she does like the attention. But if you listen to her talk, she says that. And that's the way she get her attention. She's very seductive. She's very sexual. She's very sensual. She likes that. She likes that part. She enjoy men. That's what she's about, But yeah, oh God. I told her she needs to stop playing the damsel in distress role, because ain't no way no man or woman can talk to me crazy. These people do allow a lot of crazy talking to them. I don't understand it. Maybe it's just the virtual world, but Peace Love said something the other day that really resonated. Humiliation is enjoying. You think so? Yeah, she does get humiliated sometimes. But like I said, she ain't no walk in the park. Krista come back and cuss you the entire fuck out. Yes, she was. She was over there dragging the both of them, really, you know. But I think Duke was saying long time ago he didn't want to really get caught up in this Lemon and Krista thing, and that he felt as though like long time ago when he walked away from here, when he was over here like maybe for a month, and then we were over on his watching his channel, and he said he was giving this shit up. I don't think he liked to be made look like a fool, like he's being used, and that's what I believe from what she was saying and what he was saying, that Krista was playing games with him, trying to make him look like a fool, and he didn't want her like that. But you let Krista tell it. They was more than just texting now. Now I'm just saying, let her tell it. Hey, Jamila. I always get the mods right after Miss T. Yes, thank you. But yeah, so she got something going on, and yeah, he kind of humiliated her again, but she'll bounce back because that's who she is. But gee, I don't know. She said it was because of Lemon, because she was still in contact with Lemon, and they was talking about Lemon private part. See, that's why I said I didn't even hear that, because when they start talking that shit, I just leave. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't really. What you do in the bedroom is your business. And I know we all are grown over here, and sometimes those conversations, would arouse. But for me, I don't get into them too much. But yeah, so Krista was. So now her and Duke is on the outs now. He was calling her old, and he was saying some stuff about her and talking about her look. She can drag, but her lack of basic knowledge is troubling. Yeah, but hey, that maybe that's the role she liked to play. Everyone down here is a character. So maybe that's just her persona, her character, or maybe it's who she is for real. She fall in love with people, on the internet. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I know she went over there dragging Shish Trish. She sure did. And Duke both. I said, damn, somebody send me that. And you know how Krista talk. Oh, yes, I understand. We could be friends. Oh, no problem. You told me stop talking. I stopped talking. No, I just was asking you. You was my special friend, and I liked you. I really did, baby. When he kept, baby, think talking to her and disrespecting her, she must have flipped that script so goddamn quick. My head spun. She started saying, "Wait a minute, who the f do you think you are? You got me effed up." You know how Christa do. We think alike. I see everyone as a character. Yeah, I'm beginning to look like, I'm really, really beginning to look at this as everyone on here is a character. Jamila and I had said that long time ago. She said that, and that everything is a play. Everything is a play. I don't see anything real down here anymore. And maybe that's why I lost a little interest in here. If y'all notice, I don't come on very much because I kind of lost interest, and maybe because this is not my life, because I remember something Peace Love said the other day. She called up on King Romans, and she said maybe, she got kind of bored with this. They were saying when she wanted to make some things clear, she was on here. They got in her business, about her and her the guy she had met on here, Nixon, and that she starts seeing that these people were fake and phony. And she said, maybe it's just the Jersey in me. And that shit resonated. Maybe it's just the type of person I am, that I can't play all this fake shit. So I'm losing a lot of interest, and it's just becoming a play, and it's too fake. It's just too fake. Yeah, it is. And when she said that, I was like, damn, maybe it is a Jersey thing, because I don't get into all this fake shit either. I really don't. I think it's some fake shit down here. And I think it's some real jealous people down here, real envious people down here. And when you try to succeed, and it's a shame, but when you try to succeed as a person down here, as a content creator or whatever they want to call you, an influencer or whatever, people try to tear you down. And that bullshit banding together to tear you down, I just can't see that. But it happens a lot down here. And it seemed like the beef sector is just full of plays now. And everything is fucking fake over here. It is. Everything is just fake. Anything they do now, I will call a play. I will. I say, oh shit, here's another play. I don't know. I said that back in the T sector. And just like over there, the shit's getting dull. It's getting real dull. And I think some people are really losing interest in the beef sector, because you got some people that have walked away from here. You don't even hear from them anymore. You got content creators. They don't even do content over here. They're not even coming on. You have maybe 3 channels that's surviving over here in the beef sector, 3 or 4 channels maybe that's gone live surviving over here. And that's just not like the beef sector. Not when I first came on here, it wasn't like that. But it is. They don't care about receipts. I was told that they don't care about receipts anymore. Before you could show receipts, now it's a fake fucking receipts being made. They flagging people's channel. They allow Shakim to come over here. And I don't have anything against that young brother, but they allow him to come over here and flag Lemon shit, and Lemon is beef sector. So they definitely don't stick together. See, they definitely don't do that. And like I said, I don't have a problem. He fought the way he wanted to fight. But again, too, if he felt like Lemon violated him and now he want to get back in, that's fine. But again, you are letting people in, just like Lemon when he had his channel, and just like other channels. They will let a lot of new people who's not supposedly beef sector, and I'm just going to say it like this, because at the end of the day, I don't give a damn about a sector. I'm just a content creator down here in this community, just doing commentary on what's going on. So there's no gates, there's no fences, there's no bridges, there's nothing to separate us from saying this person can't come over here and engage with us. So I don't get too caught up in it. But before the people who's really over here, who gets caught up like, this is the beef sector, they not beef sector, he not beef sector, she not beef sector, this ain't the old beef sector, this for those, just let me say this then. it looks like people have allowed other people to come in here and terrorize in the beef sector, and they have accepted them and joined with them and went against their beef sector brother or sister. I'm just gonna say that, okay? And that's for those who so caught up in it's the beef sector, it's our sector. How could people come over here? Because you allow them. You allow them to come over here. It seems like the attractive, well-spoken content creators get automatic hate. Yeah, it's some real hate. Nothing is really ever broken down like it used to be on receipts. They don't care about receipts. I've heard them say, we don't give a shit about no fucking receipts, Mz.Teavalocity guy. It was a show, it entertained us, and that was from one of y'all OGs. It was entertaining. We don't give a fuck about her receipts. So that lets you know they don't care about receipts. They don't care about plays anymore. They don't care about fake lies. They don't care about fake friendship, all this fake fucking friendship they got going. They don't care about nothing. Nothing. Everybody wants to be on the top. No one wants to work really together to help everybody stay afloat. That's our problem on here. And that's our problem in real lives. We rather destroy each other than to help each other. The beef sector will be dead within a year, no burial service. Yeah, it is basically dead now. I tell you, this is, hey, listen, I told Diva, I got to find something else to do. I have to find some type of other commentary. I think I'm going to start doing something else. Some idea that I had was a boss ideal. That shit was all about, and I see it working for somebody else, but they beat me to the punch. It's too late. So now I'm just gonna do something else, and I may could still do that, but I'm gearing up to do something else because this beef sector is so different now. The banding together and jealousy thing has been a beef sector thing ever since the formation of the sector. Okay, that's true. Yeah, I can see that. Donahue's that part. Real talk. Great point. So some of them like Shakim and they're using him as their do boy. Well, I said that, and Shakim did a video, and Shakim and I talked about that because I went over to his video because I have supported him when he first came on the scene. He got my membership, and no, he didn't cancel on me. And again, I don't have a problem with that young brother. I don't. But I want to tell him something too, as well as me talking to Lemon and anybody else. Shakim, your time is almost up. And I think you're lasting longer because the beef sector, quote, I'm putting it in air quotes. Y'all don't look at my hair. Air quotes. The beef sector, they don't stick together. So you're lasting. But it used to be at the end of the day, the beef sector will stick together and they will destroy you before you come in here and destroy one of theirs. But that isn't the case anymore. The lie is more entertaining than the truth. That's right. As long as there's not any OG left, that's what these new weirdos want. And the newbies bringing outsiders in to go against people. I'm not even talking about Shakim, but it started about 1 year and 6 months ago. Yeah, they bring in other people, I remember, it was Miss 313, I believe. Hey, Jilly Bean. I remember it was me, Miss 313. Somebody was over there on Lemon's platform, and I believe they was from another area. Miss 313, you could correct me if I'm wrong. And they commenced to cursing out Miss 313. And y'all know she been around here for a long, long, long time. And she is beef sector heavy and deep. And she believed in the beef sector should be beef sector, right? And I believe they was on Lemons and they start cussing her out. And Lemon didn't do anything. He said he doesn't protect anyone and no one is exempt. And they was from another sector. And I could be wrong, but I think it was me, Miss 313. And from that point on, I believe Miss 313 walked away from Lemons, never to return again, or I hadn't seen her there. But like they said, they allowed other people to come over here and cuss the women out and drag the women and call them all out of their names, talk under their clothes and everything. And no one said a goddamn thing. And that's where I believe at one point she didn't feel protected, you know, as far as her being B sector. So, Mr. 13, am I right or wrong? Lemon has to go through it's just like other content creators went through. It's either he's going to sink or swim. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Black Girls Code way. I think the sinking thing is happening more because even when we was back here after the pandemic, I mean during the pandemic when this really popped off over here, you didn't see other people when you get drugged by another content creator or something was going on, you didn't see them going on each other platforms, kissing ass and making up. Nah, they were some long-standing beefs, and they were some serious beefs. This new shit, to me, when you go around and you kissing everybody else and people watching you apologizing to everybody, nah, that make you look weak. And I could be wrong, but that make you look real weak. And when you present yourself out here as being weak, you get no respect from these mofos, none whatsoever. So I could be wrong. But nah, I think he gonna have to do a lot because for one, he didn't fight King Roman News back, right? That was beef sector. He didn't fight him back. Then Custer came in, you know, a couple of weeks later, maybe, and invited him to some type of deal. He refused. He can't be bothered. And he refused. So it seems like he's weak and like he's at this point, he's a little hurt puppy. So he has to go back to these people who have actually destroyed his ass, and he have to make good with them. Now I could be wrong. Hey, Happy Life. Yeah, but right, he got more energy for it seems like he has more energy for women. And that shit's not going to rock over here too much because the majority support over here are women. Right? But Mystery 13, was that you? Was that you that happened to that day? Hold on, I could be wrong, but I remember that day and you was outdone with Lemon when that person, I don't know who it was, cussed you out like that. Well, if he don't get that lawyer, like he said, he was with those donors' money, he better return it. Oh, he got money? See, I don't know. I didn't know that. I thought, you know, I remember ZX2, I want to apologize to you because I know you probably in the clouds listening. I dropped down in your chat the other day because you support me. And I dropped down your chat and I put something like, hey, GX and chat. And you said, is that Mz.Teavalocity? Because she know to get that up out of here. I actually made a mistake. I know your name is ZX, but then LaKendra was saying that's Mz.Teavalocity, but I didn't want you to think, brother, I came in there disrespecting you. It was an error. I was doing something working on. I can't remember what I was doing, but I had put G instead of ZX. Okay. So I want you to know I apologize, but you was about to get off the porch of me. I was embarrassed for real watching that. You remember Joy Queen? Yeah, so it was her. I remember how that ran Geisha 305 up out of here. She was like, F these crazy people. Yeah, I remember Geisha 305. They ran her ass up out of here. First, she came in kind of strong, but then they ran her up out of here. He only wants to fight women. Yeah, that's why I say he's looking kind of weak now. So if he comes back, brother, you gonna have to you know what you're gonna have to do to come back. I could be wrong. Those very people that you was over there kissing ass and making up with, nah, brother, you gonna have to fight them. And I don't care about people making up because I know all this shit fake down here. You know, one minute they make up, the next minute they dragging each other, doxing each other, and calling each other, you know, all kind of hoes and talking about their kids, their dead parents, and they just shit on them. But some people like abuse. I think a lot of trauma bonding goes on down here. And I think a lot of these people are used to being abused. So they keep going back for abuse after abuse after abuse. And they really do feel some kind of way. They really do. This shit really gets to them, in their real life, in their real soul. But they kind of used to abuse, and so they just take the abuse, I guess. Shit, I guess. Hopefully Lemon will learn from this. Hopefully he will. Like I said, I wouldn't want him to go away, but I just think that he's kind of. I remember when they did 7 stars, when they let them walk over here and stomp on 7 stars. V. Lachey, I remember this one, but this was Miss 313, because I remember her being on the platform, questioning Lemon. He had announced that he was getting a lawyer and that his donors were paying for it. So I'm curious to find out. Okay, well, go ahead, Lemon, get a lawyer. Like I said, I didn't want you to fail, but at this point, like I said, I think they played chess with your ass, or they playing chess with you, and you playing checkers, and they done took some of your money out your mouth for a while. You've been set down for a whole month, so that's your AdSense. Even though you may be getting membership and people may be cash apping you or whatever, I don't count your pockets, but you allowed these very same people to strip you of your channel, basically. I don't get people telling Lemon to watch who he surrounds himself with when he is the biggest enemy of all. He's an enemy to himself because I believe the drinking. He checked Resto, but I told him this is my last time hitting his link because he doesn't want to listen and he let his people get disrespected. Oh, I thought it was you. Of course you didn't. No, none of the older content creators will have ever folded and went out like Lemon. Nah, he looked bad. Since Lady Nika and others have to show their every receipt according to the newbies, then I think he should also. Well, they don't require you to. He is kissing the wrong ass. Yeah, he needs to be kissing the Lemonettes. Oh yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. When that Cuzzo thing happened in Nurse K. Now I don't know Nurse K, but Cuzzo was down for Lemon. Cuzzo was there for Lemon, and when he fell out with her, I thought, oh shit, this don't look good. When he fell out with Ron, when he did that to Ron P, that didn't look good. Somebody else who had and when random game of crap. Wait, what is it? Random crafted game. Y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. Who had been with them for a long time since Sir King. When he talked shit to her the other day, I was like, wow, this dude is crashing. Yeah, there's a lot of trauma bonding down here. Lemon tried to draw a wedge between Lolo and Official Lovejoy. He did draw a wedge between the 7 was holding her own that day. Remember that day? 7 was over there battling. But again, if you want to talk about these starch beef sector people, if you want to talk about why would he allow those people to come in and monkey stomp on 7 like that? Even though she was holding her own, she has never been back over there. In fact, I haven't even seen 7 show face in the beef sector after that. Thanks for having me, Ray. It's very few I dislike, and I can't with this guy ever. He preys on weak minds. Yeah. I smiled when I saw him groveling for Ness friendship. Girl, that shit took me out. I said, look at this little fucking jacket. Y'all, excuse me. I was so mad. And not that I care about people being friends, but yes, maybe it is the Jersey and me, as well as like Peace Love said, that I just can't play these games. I'm just not built for it. And that's why I think I don't get it here and really do all that beefing and because I don't know how to roast and gag and drag and all that shit. But I'm not for this fake shit. These people are fake. When I saw him over there, I thought I would just fall over and die. I said, you fucking wimp. I swear. Lemon, don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you the truth, baby. Don't be mad at me. I was like, no, you didn't. It was me, Miss TV. You all right, but I was through with his ass. Okay. I knew it was you. And that's another one. I said, damn, Miss 313. That was almost like the old 7, not quite, but very close. She was doing it was painful to watch him on her paddle. Listen, I think I did watch it that night. And when I saw him on there, yeah, I had to watch it. Shit. I did watch a little bit of Nest before I went to sleep. I did watch a little bit of her, but they be on for a long time and they be on at night. But you notice she closer to nights, just like Lemon was. You damn fool. Stevie Wonder could have saw that coming, Lemon. Stevie Wonder could have saw that coming. I'm not sure how you missed the ball, how you dropped the ball, that they just using your ass, making you look like a fool. Ness is just over there gloating. Hold on, baby. Let me make sure this you. Hold on. Hold on, give me a minute. Hey, sugar.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you feeling?
I am coming along, still a little pain,
Good,
but not
good,
as much. So thank you for
good, good.
asking.
All right, baby. What's up?
I wanted to say just a couple of things real quick. Um, I think a lot of people is saying that's what Lemon get because he was warned several times by a whole lot of people
That's what the
about
wobble's
different
saying.
people. Yeah, about different people that he was bringing up on his platform, and then people thought that his platform was a gateway into the beefing sector. And people like myself and other people was like, nah, that ain't it. It just means you're welcome on his platform. Even people that I think
Mm-hmm.
he had banned it for like showing private parts or whatever. He still eventually let them back up there, and everybody was like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
just it's you only can tell somebody like me. I'm only gonna warn you once. I'm not gonna keep
Right.
on being your protector. And so I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to Lolo because I heard on
Oh,
another. Yeah, I heard on another channel that Lovejoy told somebody that
yeah,
Lolo actually went and told something she said in confidence to Lemon.
she
And if
did.
that's the case, that's so wrong.
She did.
That is
She
so wrong.
did. And that broke up their relationship. And in fact, Lolo, they were on Lolo's channel. I saw that. And Lemon and Lovejoy got into it. And when he repeated something, Lovejoy knew that she had only told Lolo that. And so she felt
Okay.
some kind of way. So the next day, I believe Lolo said that she unmodded Lovejoy because there was something going on with Lemon not being able to get on the platform. So basically, Lolo chose Lemon over
Lemon.
Lovejoy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And here's the
Wow.
craziest shit. He fucking shitted on her almost, but he had to backpedal because everybody was talking. And believe me, he be in the bushes when you talking. He had to backpedal and apologize to Lolo for throwing her under the bus. But yep, that lady was very upset. And I think she might be a lady maybe around Lolo's age. And what I think was irritating Lolo some was the lady is saying that official Lovejoy is saying that she can't understand how Lolo is befriending Lemon because of his age. She would never do it. But that's her. In Lolo's defense, that's Lolo's choice to be a friend with somebody 18 to 180 if she want to. Nobody can control that. But when you have friends that you really care about and you call them friends because they saying they friends, they saying they her friends, she saying they her friends, then you know how you would have to know how to entertain those friends separate if they don't get along. And Lolo can't do that. I think it's something about Lolo and Lemon. And hey, I don't care about the relationship, but it's something about them that Lolo feel as though that she always have to protect her relationship with Lemon. And like I
Mm.
said,
Yeah.
had not Lemon got backlash for that shit he did to Lolo, I believe he would have rolled right over her ass as well. I really do.
Wow.
Because
And now
it
I
just
was. Mhm.
just his behavior. Just his behavior, baby. It wouldn't be far fetched that he wouldn't roll over her as well.
The other day, I also, this is another thing I wanted to say. I heard let me just say this kudos to Sir King. Let me just say that
Hmm.
because Sir King finally stood his ground. It was like, look, I'm not going to keep on excusing that bad behavior,
Right.
how you talking to me and stuff like that. He said, I'm not going to do it. You can't keep blaming it on this, and this. I can't.
Hmm.
everybody needs to do that when it comes to that. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to limit. It just is
Right.
what it is. But if you know that you have an issue,
Mm-hmm.
then why should I keep excusing it if you're not going to do nothing about it?
All right. But then you know what? I believe Creole
Hmm.
again, because Lemon stays in an toxic state, he probably see no wrong. That's why I said, for me, if I and of course he don't take advice, but he say he
Right.
does, but then he doesn't. He say, "Oh yeah, I was listening to you, and you guys were right, and I heard what Mz.Teavalocity, I heard
And
what
then he
Sir
go back
King
and
said,"
do the same
and then he
thing.
go back
Hmm.
doing Lemon. And I really, really do believe that, and I don't make excuses for alcohol, him drinking, but I believe because he drink, he operates in that drunken rim a lot, and it's hard for you to see when you drunk. For real,
And
it's hard for you to see.
And then I wonder sometime about the subbies. Is it that people, and like therapy used to be my profession, and I still wonder about the human sometimes
Mm,
because is
mhm.
it that people, like you said, trauma bond? Is that why people
Yeah,
sit there and
yeah,
watch that?
mhm,
I know people like a train wreck, but every day,
yeah.
good grief,
No, I think it's a lot of trauma bonding down here, and I don't come down here to, to diagnose anyone
Me
or
either, but some
assess
things we just
anyone, but
see.
some things you see from knowledge and from school.
Right.
And one thing I do see that I think a lot of people down here trauma bond. And
Yeah.
if you understand, we all was trapped in at one point in this community when it was the COVID, right? So we
Right.
bonded to a certain extent. We bonded to a certain extent on bonding when you talk about that level that you could like somebody, because we see people, if we on here every day, we see the same people, we talk to the same people, and then people come down here and start telling their business, and then the emotional part of us kick in and we start liking people, this and that and that. But no, some of these people are, some of it is F shit, Donna Hughes, but some of it is trauma bonding, and especially when they talk behind the scenes. See, a lot of behind the scenes uh things are unknown to us, you know
That's true,
they
Queen
unknown
Diva.
to us.
Right.
So if I talk to you behind the scenes and we talking, I was like, yeah, and I remember back when I was, this happened to me, and my mother, my father didn't do nothing, and my sisters treat me this way. Then you start feeling some kind of way for me, and then you start saying, well, when I was young, that happened to me too, and I've always been the black sheep of my family, or they have always treated me wrong. I had to, and then people just start talking, then they start getting a close connection, right? Because they start
Mhm.
feeling each other's emotionally. And that's where I think a lot of this come into play. Some of these people, talk behind the scenes and they get trauma bonded. I do.
Me myself, I used to didn't deal with women because most of the stuff that I've been through was cause of women. I Miss T.
Yeah.
I know you grew up. I heard she thinks she cute. We ain't talking to her today,
Hmm.
and I was that kid to go. So you ain't got to talk to
Hmm.
me. I mean, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And so I see that stuff happening on YouTube, and I see people that's supposed to be adults, like 40 and up. That really,
Yeah.
it's like, well, why aren't you talking to me? And okay, what do I have to do to be your friend? Okay, you're not talking to this person today. Okay, I'm not gonna talk to this person either. It's like it
Hmm.
just be weird to me because it's like why
Yeah.
can't you be an adult, like who you like without picking sides?
Well, down here, you know what? Down here, I could kind of see now if you listen to me closely. Hey, Barry, thank you for joining me. Right, girl. I think I spoke to you, baby. If you are down here playing the game that people play down here to survive on these YouTube streets and get the views that they need, the cash apps, the super chats, the subs, or whatever. If you down here and mixed up and playing this game, then eventually you have to pick a side.
Mm, okay,
Think
well,
about it. Eventually, because I just want you to hear me out when I say that, because the more you are connected with the content creators around here who have the panels or who have the shows, the more you get shouted out, the more they are on your platform helping you entertain and helping you host. So you almost is forced to pick a side down here. Now, here's the difference. It's easy for you to flip sides. See, I could be on Miss Creole's side. I could bring the crowd over there. We could go over there. We could entertain. We could share. And Miss Creole, both of us making money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, tomorrow, I might say, fuck Miss Creole. Excuse my expression. You know,
That's
never
okay. I
that
know what
shit.
you're saying. Yeah,
But I
yeah.
might say, fuck Miss Creole. I'm going to hang out with Miss Gwen now. And so now I'm gonna take, because you know it's a lot of followers here. It's not a is a lot of followers, but it's also individual people as well. Everybody's not groupthink, but because the game used to be played down here, one side against the other side. Remember
Yeah.
how it was, they still connected to that group think light.
Uh,
So you could take your toys and y'all could all go play in Miss Gwen's sandbox. But if Miss Gwen say the wrong thing to me, then I'm not playing with Miss Gwen, and a lot of my friends go follow me. That's how life is in real life too. Think about it.
I guess, and I mean, I'm agreeing with you because I see that's how it does. I guess people like myself
Mhm.
and like you know, I rather because what you see with me is what you get. I ain't got no urge to put on for nobody because I ain't trying
Right,
to impress nobody. So I
right.
guess that's why people don't think I'm comfortable with my look, chat that I got over there. I'd rather
Mm.
have it out the mud than for somebody to say
Me too.
I'm the one that
Me
did that.
too.
You know what I'm saying? So
Me too.
I guess I just don't, but it is what it is. If it works
Me
for them,
too.
good for them. But I'd rather have mans out the mud, and I know those that support me will support me. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
see, here's where I think people I think when it comes to this down here, what you may not realize, and for me, it works for me. It's okay for me to be over here with 184 people. And
okay,
say, for instance, like with Jamila got 400 or 500 people, and she got a hell of a show going over there. And it's okay for me to be over here because what really does it down here is consistency
consistent.
and
There you
mess
go. There you
and
go.
mess, but
Mhm.
everybody is not for the mess. These 186 people, they may have a shit show going on somewhere, might be a platform full, but the 186 people here or the 192, they're not for the mess right now. They can go back and replay the mess. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
not always for that mess.
Mm-mm. No.
So I think it's best if you just come down here, really be by yourself. But
Amen.
it is I mean, excuse me, at one point it as if you have to pick a side.
Mm.
If you play the game, but it's best not to play the game and just
Right.
grow organically. I'm telling you, that's the
Organically.
best way to do. Grow organically, because if you play the game and you don't play the game the way they want to play, you'll get kicked to the wayside. And then you
Let me
over
tell
there
you
by
something
yourself.
that happened. Let me tell you something that happened to me. I heard mother, shout out to Trey Jewel. I heard mother say one day that I'm one of one, I'm the only one. And I love that because that's how I figured that I am, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know that they came from Beyonce. I had no clue because I don't listen to Beyonce like that.
Oh, me
Don't you know
either.
I was attacked? I was
Yeah,
attacked
you
when I yes, people was like, "You trying to be like Treasure?" Huh?
do.
Yeah, because Beyonce said that and blah blah. I mean,
See, I didn't
people
know
are weird.
Beyonce said that.
It's in her song. I didn't know that either. But
Oh.
I only found it out because when I
Mhm.
said, you know what, I heard this content creator named Treasure say, "I'm one on one. I'm the only one. I like it. That's
Mhm.
me." Oh my
Mhm.
gosh! I said these people are weird, and it was people
Oh,
that be in
see.
everybody's chat. Yeah.
Well,
So I
but
just
not
don't think.
only that,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you.
Oh, look, View said nothing is new. Beyonce didn't come up with that. So see, she got
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, we all, you know what? I hear people say things. Now, I don't know, but I do believe that maybe I could be wrong. I think I'm the only one that have ever said this. I know this. I know I say mother had you, motherfuck you. That's just something I
Yeah,
say.
that's
So
you. Anytime
if
I
I
heard
heard,
that.
if I hear somebody say that, I know they got it from me. But another thing, now a couple of weeks ago I did a video. It might have been last month, and I said, let's call a spade a spade. Now I ain't heard too many people say that in a long, 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 long time. Let's call
Right.
a spade the spade. But then I hear people saying, well, let's call a spade a spade. And I'm like, God. So it's we pick up different sayings. You can't say you belong to me. Now I know mother had you, motherfuck you. I know that me and Diva's the only one that ever said that.
Yeah, y'all the ones I heard that from. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know a spade is not new, but some things you just don't hear. And when you say it, it seems like you know someone say it. So it's never you stole anything. It's just something you hear and you start using it, you know?
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, I just think it's best that I say that all the time. Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. Yeah, I heard it. I heard that. What you heard mother had you, mother F you? Nah,
A
I
view
never
wants
heard
to
that.
link.
Huh? You said
Miss
she
People,
heard that.
a
Nah,
view said, "Can you drop the link?"
I
Okay,
did,
there you
baby.
go. Yeah.
I never heard that view. Just Steve and I say it, and I ain't gonna tell you where I heard it from my mother.
Did you?
Yeah, I got that from my mother.
Oh
Mhm.
wow. I
Oh
had
yeah,
never.
oh
I swear, I laughed when you first said that. I fell out. I'm like, I like that. I,
yeah. Yep, I got that from my mother.
oh wow. Mm-mm-mm. So let me ask you, did you is because I don't watch Lemon. I have watched him like a couple of times, but I don't. Is he coming back? Did he come back?
Well, you know, he did try to come back. I dropped the link, baby. He did try. I think that's the link. Yeah. Um, he did come back, but they struck his page again.
Really?
Yeah, he
Shut
was
the
on.
front door.
That's you, view, baby.
Yes, yes, boo. How you doing?
Hey, sugar, what's
Hey,
going on?
Will.
Yeah, he came
Hey,
back.
hey, Miss T, and hey, Miss Creole. How y'all
Hey,
doing? Go
baby.
ahead.
Hey. Yeah, he came back, but they struck his page again. But I think he got it back up, and I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's just taking a little break now. He'll be back. I don't know.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
That's
up,
some that's
you?
some hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I was in the clouds. I was a couple of different places. You know, I get around and stuff, and I just checked my post office box, and I got my new coloring book in. But
I
anyway,
Yeah.
see.
girl, first these sayings and things are so funny because a lot of people like come up with stuff and they think it's something new, something that they just
Mhm,
created and stuff like that. Now,
mhm,
I'm not saying the saying that you and your sis were saying or
mhm.
that y'all did not create it and it's not original, but I've heard that before. These sayings and things have already been around. It depends on who raised you, what you watched, and
Mhm,
who
mhm.
raised them, the dialect and stuff. And a lot of times we used to have to
Right.
whisper certain things and say things in code because
Mhm.
we were slaves. And then when we learned English, we weren't supposed to be reading. So a
Right.
lot of times we say stuff within our family and our own family group.
Right.
And,
Right.
you on the east side, the north side, the west side, we say
Mhm,
certain things differently and
mhm.
words. I'm going real fast with this whole commentary, y'all, because I'm just
Good.
going to get on here real quick. But yeah, so a lot of the sayings and things that people are using, these codes,
Mhm,
words, and switching and
mhm,
stuff like that, I'm very good at doing that. But
mhm.
and then the ebonics and shit like that. I mean, everything. There is nothing new. I apologize for saying the shit word,
No,
but
go ahead. I'm
but
gonna
it's inbred in us. It's just something what we
Yeah.
do. So we already do that, and especially if
Mhm,
you're close with somebody like your sis, you and sis came up with that.
mhm,
Y'all thought y'all came up with it, but baby, it's already been out here. I've heard it. And the thing that is really interesting now with the AI, you
mhm,
can put that phrase in there, the
mhm,
AI, the definition of whatever, put those
mhm.
phrases in there and see where it came up from because they already have everything already clocked. But
No, I
anyway,
didn't say he came up with that, baby. I said that I'm the only one I ever heard say it on here.
Oh, now you are very correct on here.
Yeah.
You are very correct,
No.
and you are teaching people. Yeah, you are teaching people and letting people know these phrases and stuff that we've already used. Yeah,
Oh
and you
no,
did say
yeah.
that. You
Now
said
that
on
mother
here.
had
Okay,
you. Yeah, no, no, no. I
mother
know
had.
that I ain't. I mean, it depends on where you at. Like I'm
Mhm.
from Jersey. It's probably plenty of Jersey
Jersey.
people done heard that. Yeah, I'm from Jersey. I'm
Shout
a
out to
Jersey girl.
Jersey.
Yeah, I'm
But
a
shout
Jersey
out to
girl.
the East Coast. Shout
To the
out to
East
the
Coast.
East Coast for
Yeah,
making these dang on phrases and stuff. Okay,
but
shout out
that's
to
why.
where.
That, oh, okay, Creole. Sorry, but no, that's why I said Diva and I are the first one. Now, call a spade a spade. No, but I'm saying it's
Yeah,
easy for you to pick up stuff from around here. When people say, "Well, I said that for," now the only thing that I know that's original that Diva and I have said, "Mother had you, motherfuck you." The rest of it, yeah,
I've
spade
heard
is a
that
spade.
before. I've heard that.
Yeah,
That's not a.
yeah,
It's original to over here, but
right,
it's not
right.
original in life, right?
No,
And I
not in
just want to
life.
make sure that everybody knows the
No,
difference.
no,
Yeah.
baby,
'Cause
not in life. I said over here.
I
I
just
know.
said that. I
Yeah,
just said that. I
yeah.
just
I
said it's
said
not
yeah.
original in life, but
Yeah.
over here, yeah.
Mhm.
But
And
I want
remember
people to
when
know that.
Carrie had that game? Remember when Carrie had that game? Well,
Mhm.
you know, Carrie done had plenty, but Carrie had a game one night we played over there, and it was
Yeah.
saying who said this, who said that. Well, I think Carrie did that one, and Diva was up there. I think
Yeah,
it was,
I was there. I
yeah,
was like, oh my God.
yeah.
And I wish she would bring that back again. That
I
was
know
so
that
fun.
was good. Carrie have some good games over there, and that's another person like game night. She's a good one
Mhm.
to support because she has some good shit over there.
I want her to do the hangman. Like I'm trying to figure out how to do the hangman. I'm doing a rolling hangman where I go to people's channels and do the hangman. But I'm going to tell you, Mz.Teavalocity, I don't want to be all into that because I'm going to tell you, I could take that hangman and make it so fucking
I
messy.
like that
I
game.
do, but I don't want to do it. I want Carrie to do it. That's why I want to roll it on
Right.
over there. Roll.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
want
I
to do it
like
on my
that game
channel.
we was trying to figure out. Is that the game we was trying to figure out on your
Yeah,
channel?
hangman.
Shit, that
It's
was
hangman.
a fun game.
And you don't even need a whole computer. You don't need an AI. All you need is a piece of paper or and a pencil or a piece of chalk. Hangman was so fun, but I want to like peddle
Good.
it to somebody else. I don't mean peddling like really wheeling it out, but I'm trying not to do that kind of ratchet shit because I want to take it to the messy section. You know,
Yeah.
who just did what in the beef sector
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
good. Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that on my channel.
We
I'm
was trying
really.
to figure that out over at your channel,
It was,
but then
I
we got
know,
on the
but we're gonna
road.
do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it
Yeah, I
again.
like that
But
game.
I want Miss Ronda Q to have it over there with the political
Yeah.
kind of conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
anyway, so I just came
Yeah.
up here to just say, yeah. First of all, I can't wait to meet you at the casino so
Yeah,
we
you
can
gonna
go
meet me
play
at
for
the
some other
casino
people.
view?
Yeah, you in DC, yeah. I don't even know how to contact DC. Now I done met DC and Kool-Aid, and we done broke bread and everything. I have to get through them through my moderator, Miss Lalani. So I got to send
Oh,
a kite and a flag and shit up in the air.
oh, okay.
So now I
Okay.
see that you connected with them. So I got to figure
Yeah.
out how I can get to you via all them, and then we can maybe meet at the casino because I like to
Mhm.
do a little casino drop. Mhm.
Oh, okay, cool. So DC right now, we won't be in the casino for well, she won't be in there for a minute or so. Um,
Mhm.
like I said, we just go wish her well, but
Yes,
she's not
ma'am.
gonna be in there for maybe a couple of weeks. I may return. I don't know, view. I've been taking the beating at that damn casino. I'm telling you, I've been
Okay, well,
taking
I'll bring us a breath of fresh air up in there. I know you said take a you can you because I ain't really a big old whatever, but you can run off of me. You can use me. I'll let you out until I say, well, use me until you use me up. Okay, so because I'll be like, I don't even know what the games are, so I need you to
yeah.
come
See
with
it,
me.
wait.
Right.
Yeah,
The
because let me
spot.
tell you something. One thing
What?
about it, when you
What?
gamble, view, when you
Yeah.
gamble, you can't be asking people how to play
No.
this, how to do,
No.
baby. I
Nah,
don't
nah,
even like,
nah,
yeah.
nah, 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 nah.
I remember I took my mother, God rest her soul. I took my
Yes,
mother,
ma'am.
and she was getting, I think she was having starting beginning dementia, right?
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
decided that, I'm gonna take my mom to the casino. I took my mother to the casino, and Lord, every minute I had to tell her, push the button, Mom. She go, what do I do? I'm like, push, Mom. But I noticed she was starting to get the, and she said, push this button? Yeah, push, Mom. Baby, by the time I did 100 push moms, I said, okay, Mom, it's time for us to leave. I was like, shit, I can't play and try to help her play. I'm over here losing my.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah,
it's too much. But I would definitely meet you, View, at the casino. Maybe we could make a date for next week, not this week, but next week, if you're not doing anything.
Now, well, next week is going to be a little bit busy, but I'm like, because I'm planning, because I do my calendars now. Okay, y'all, I ain't coming over here to be taking over her channel, but I do plan stuff for the YouTube community in my calendar, my planner, and I do that. And so, because I don't like to say, oh, we're going to do it this day or whatever, especially with DC Kool-Aid and Lisa, because they got the little grandbaby and stuff. So I have to pimper you in. So you have to let me know what month and what time frame. We ain't gonna be no tomorrow. Now tomorrow will be like, I can be like, hey, you ready? We getting ready to hit the deal. You know, that's we don't know each other like that. But if, for the YouTube.
But she told me you was pretty fun. DC told me you was fun.
Oh yeah, we had Well, you know,
View, I remember.
What?
Damn, who does it? And then I'm gonna get up. View, I remember you met somebody. And
oh Lord.
You know what I'm gonna say? Remember that story, View? That's when I
don't know which one. Hold on, let me show y'all that my arm, because everybody's arms on here, they be all wide and shit. Let me show y'all. Yeah, I'm not a skeleton. This looks like a skinny arm. I know Mz.Teavalocity is like, why is she talking about her arms? Because people are like, my clothes falling off. No, I like big clothes, and then my arms look thinner. And okay, all right, go ahead.
You threw me off, but you told me.
I forgot how to keep you focused. You're just like DC. Mz.Teavalocity, you are. DC does the same thing. Okay, go ahead.
Threw me off. What's that
story?
When I met you. Oh yeah, and oh shit, you met.
Who was it?
She used to be here. She got.
Oh, you talking about the day lady that went to the goddamn beach with the goddamn hairnet on?
No. Oh God, she used to be around here. Goddess.
That's the lady I'm talking about with the chili. That's her. And so lady took some damn fingernails and shit. Yeah, and she begged and all that.
Goddess, there you go, Miss Shereen. Hey, Miss Shereen. That's the first person. It was like you threw me. She threw me the hell off, Donna. But hey,
I did.
Yeah, it was Goddess. When you and Goddess had met, and it was something about some chili. That's the first time I ever realized, that someone had met you here. And then I started.
So you didn't see the Vegas gate, which I didn't really consider a meetup, because that was a bunch of fuck shit. But
I didn't see that.
But no, I met people before Goddess. And Goddess,
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Because you never really knew who the heck you were either. I really never watched you, and I've just started watching you lately. I think I don't know how long, but just because people are around in the same area and stuff, like the beef sector and all that kind of stuff, which I hate this whole title and name and OG shit. Yeah, but there are people, they're content creators that we see around and stuff, but we don't entertain everybody. Everybody doesn't know everybody. This is not like Cheers, the bar, everybody know your name. So I just started watching you because of first of all, I like DC Kool-Aid and Lisa, and then I don't know if you were with the Tita Talks. I used, because Tita Talks was my girl, but I never really entertained her a lot. I just went over there because I liked her. And she would speak very highly of me. I would watch her. She's in the same area. So there's just certain people that, you just kind of like look at, but you don't know. And then like ODS was doing the mukbang, and I have a video. I have 2 videos that I have over 70K, 50K views on. They're private. They're private. Where I was into the mukbang thing, especially for the the mukbanging. So that's why I introduced myself to ODS, and he was over here and very willing, and I definitely enjoy him. So, I go around and get around and stuff like that, but I never really interacted with you, Mz.Teavalocity, until like probably the last 2 years, maybe a year really. But I never had nothing bad to say about you. No, people even say stuff about me bad. I'm sure y'all know all the stories and stuff. But sometimes people just need to change. Enough is this,
Yeah.
enough is enough. I'm older. I'm trying to do better
Yep.
things.
Mhm.
I don't want to continue the ratchet shit. Now I see there are people that are continuing the ratchet stuff that has already been established. You know, we see the orange juice and the rusty. Just figure out who does. They're still trying to copy stuff and bring stuff back out from 10, 15 years ago. You know what? It's commentary and I'm enjoying it. And I thank you so much for coming on here, adding to it a little bit, but not too much. But you and I were never really interacted like that. So I do like coming over here because it's like we don't have any history and no beef. So it's nice. So thank you for letting me come over. And the sis, Queen Diva, that's my boo. I'm pushing you to the side. I want Queen Diva.
A lot of people like Queen Diva over me, though. A lot of people like
because hold on. Okay. Queen Diva was getting ready to tell some shit one time. The shit was going down, Mz.Teavalocity, and you kept saying, "No, Diva, no, Diva." And I said, "If she don't, oh my God." I like Queen Diva, but I like you too. But Queen Diva, my boo, right? I came over here because your sister. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people, you know what? Too, Queen Diva supports a lot of people. She supports a lot of. She used to support a lot of content creators versus me. But I've always said that Queen Diva was the nicer one. I've always said that. I've always said she's the nicer one. You know,
hey,
out
Miss
of the
Shireen.
two of us. Yeah, hey, Miss Shireen, I saw you. You've been off.
I'm gonna meet you too, Miss Shireen. We're gonna go get some crabs. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. I don't see you getting into anything, but every now and then she would hit Ronnie Q's and go off. Just out of nowhere. View just go off. I said, look at that damn view just going off.
I know, right?
But Ronnie Q been doing politics, so
I know.
Doing politics, so
yeah. Okay. Thank you for letting me. I got a new coloring book. This is the newest, hottest coloring book that just hit the streets. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. But thank you, Mz.Teavalocity, and I'll hit you up vicariously so that we can meet at the casino.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely, no problem at all. And Miss LA is somebody else too. Want to meet me at the casino? I gotta meet up with her. I don't mind. I just keep myself. You know what, you guys? And I'm about to end this. I've really always been like this. Diva will tell you this. I just keep my private life. I don't do a lot of mingling. Like, I don't mind meeting people on here, but is it my desire to meet a lot of people off YouTube? Absolutely not. It's not my desire. But it's good people on here just like it's bad people on here, you know? But I've just never been that friendly type of person. I ain't gonna lie. I've just never been a real friendly type of person. I don't have a lot of friends. I've never had a lot of friends. I stay to myself. A lot of times. But when I meet people, I'm good. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, I would never. Oh shit, people, not some of these people. I would never ever meet up with them. I wouldn't give a damn if they was giving $1 million away. I think I would bypass that $1 million and just be broke. Woo! No Lord, no Lord. But anywho, y'all, I have thoroughly enjoyed y'all. I don't know when I'll be back again. Please make sure you hit that like button. I know in 2 weeks I will be doing the membership live in April. Starting April. Yeah, in April. I will be doing another membership live casino. Make sure y'all support that membership live casino because you could be just the next, you could be a next winner. Last time I went, we didn't win shit. Nah, we came home. Hey, JB, thank you as always, love, for supporting me. And I appreciate you all. Again, Lemon, do better. Do better, because right now I think your ship has sunk and I want to be wrong. Thank you, baby. I got you covered next time I play. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. Just Christa. I guess you lose another love battle, but you'll find another one because that's your thing. Hey, I really was rooting for you in the Duke stuff. But I think Christa really, really do have some type of love, just like Lolo, for Lemon, and they just can't let them go. With that being said, y'all, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Thank you all for supporting me. Catch you on the flip side. I don't know when I'll be back again, so I'm not gonna say, "Hey, see y'all Wednesday, see y'all Thursday, see you." I'll see y'all when I see you. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye. Thanks for joining me. Let me get ready to get out of here.